Delve into the shadows. Uncover the truth. This is FBI and CIA Unsealed.
In the quiet, gray corridors of FBI headquarters, one man stood out, Robert Hanssen. A devout Catholic, a family man, and a computer expert. To his colleagues, he was the model of loyalty. But beneath that conservative exterior was a secret so dark, it would shake the foundations of the Bureau. This is the story of one of the greatest betrayals in American intelligence history. In 1979, Hanssen made a decision that would define the rest of his life. He contacted Soviet intelligence. Under the code name Ramon Garcia, he began selling secrets to the KGB. From classified documents to the identities of U.S. spies in Russia, Hanssen betrayed it all, for money, and perhaps something deeper, power. All while still working inside the FBI, undetected. Soon after Hanssen began feeding secrets to the KGB, American assets in the Soviet Union started disappearing, arrested, executed, or simply vanishing without a trace. The CIA was desperate for answers, suspecting a mole, but they had no idea the leak was coming from within the FBI. Hanssen's betrayal was costing real lives, and he knew it. By day, Hanssen attended Mass, worked diligently at FBI counterintelligence, and returned home to his wife and 6 children. By night, he communicated with the KGB through dead drops and encrypted letters. He even installed secret compartments in parks to exchange packages. It was the perfect illusion, a patriot outside, a traitor within. Hanssen wasn't driven only by ideology, he was paid handsomely. Over the years, the KGB and later the SVR paid him more than $1.4 million in cash, diamonds, and deposits to foreign accounts. Despite the danger, Hanssen lived modestly, fearing attention. His greed was calculated, cold and controlled, just like his betrayals. There were red flags. Co-workers noticed Hanssen's strange behavior, locking his screen obsessively, using outdated systems, and accessing files unrelated to his assignments. But in a world built on trust, no one imagined one of their own could be the traitor. The very system he worked for became his greatest protection. As years passed, the damage mounted. Hanssen exposed dozens of operations, blew the cover of Russian double agents, and compromised surveillance techniques. Yet no one suspected him. The CIA and FBI launched parallel mole hunts, each chasing shadows, never realizing the leak sat deep inside their own ranks, watching them search. In 1994, the CIA mistakenly blamed one of its own, Aldrich Ames, for all the leaks. But even after Ames was arrested, secrets kept slipping. It was clear, another mole existed. Hanssen, working quietly within the FBI's counterintelligence division, was still feeding Russia from the shadows, untouched, unsuspected, and emboldened. By the late 1990s, whispers of a second mole grew louder. The FBI launched a top-secret task force, working in total secrecy to avoid tipping off the traitor. Every clue pointed inward, and suspicion slowly began circling around Hanssen. He was cautious, but after 2 decades of betrayal, even the best masks begin to crack. On February 18, 2001, the FBI finally had their chance. Agents watched as Hanssen approached a park in Virginia to make his last secret drop, a handkerchief containing classified information. Unaware he was being watched, Hanssen was arrested on the spot, ending one of the longest espionage investigations in U.S. history. The arrest stunned the nation. Hanssen confessed to spying for over 20 years, handing over thousands of pages of secret documents. His betrayal cost countless lives and compromised national security at the highest levels. The trusted FBI agent had become the ultimate traitor. Hanssen's betrayal sent shockwaves through the FBI. Internal reviews, policy changes, and security overhauls followed. Trust within the agency was shattered, and for years, the FBI struggled to recover from the damage. The Hanssen case became a cautionary tale of vigilance, and the dangers lurking within. Robert Hanssen was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. Behind bars, he lived under constant watch, stripped of his freedom but burdened by the weight of his crimes. His actions became a dark legacy, a stark reminder of how one man's greed and betrayal can alter history forever. Hanssen's spying caused irreversible damage. Several American agents were executed or imprisoned abroad. Countless operations were compromised, setting back U.S. intelligence efforts by years. The true cost of espionage isn't just classified information, it's human lives and national security. The Robert Hanssen case remains one of the darkest chapters in American intelligence. It taught the FBI and CIA brutal lessons about trust, vigilance, and internal security. Even today, his story serves as a warning that the greatest threats sometimes come from within. Thank you for watching this deep dive into one of the most shocking betrayals in FBI history. If you found this story gripping, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more true espionage stories. Stay vigilant, because sometimes, the greatest dangers come from those we trust the most.